if these things align to your values and principles as a parent, feel free to adopt them. The first one, you see, this first one, I feel like many parents do this ignorantly, and most parents know that they are doing it, but they just do it anyway without understanding the dangers. And that is setting unrealistic expectations. As a parent, it's my duty to understand my child's strength, my child's weaknesses, and my child's capacity. So for me, setting expectations should be age appropriate. It should be based on what I know that my child would be able to achieve, not necessarily pushing my child to the extreme. The second thing is abuse. Any form of abuse, whether it is physical abuse or emotional abuse or verbal abuse, that for me is a no-no. I'm not doing it to my children. There's no, I can't even think about doing that. Many parents do it and they make excuses for it, but I don't think is right. The third is disregarding their boundaries. Now, it is from you, your child will learn how to respect their boundaries and people's boundaries. The kind of respect that you give to them is the same respect that they're likely to take out there. So I will not disregard their boundaries. I would actually respect their boundaries, because for me, they need to learn to respect their own boundaries and push that forward as they are growing. The fourth one is ignoring or belittling my child's feelings or my child's emotions. Now, some of these feelings might look trivial to us, like, oh, it's not important, and then we disregard it. But children's feelings are valid. A child has the right to feel how they feel. As a parent, my role, my responsibility is to teach my child how to manage their feelings, not actually making my child bottle up their feelings. That's not my role. I'm not supposed to bottle it up. I'm supposed to help them manage it. The other one is ignoring my child's mental health. Children get sad, children develop anxiety, a lot of things are happening in the world, and it is worth paying attention to children's mental health, because you get to a stage, you begin to understand the dangers of ignoring people's mental health, let alone children. So that I am paying attention to. I'm not disregarding it. The next one is comparing my child to someone else, whether I'm comparing my child to their siblings or anyone else. I don't care how excellent your child is performing, how many awards, the behavior your child has. I don't care about all that. But what I don't want to do is compare my child to someone else, because at the end of the day, the moment you start doing that, you start reducing their self-esteem and you start making them feel less confident about themselves. Another point, I'm not going to overindulge my children. I will provide my children's needs because it's my responsibility. My children will need to learn gratitude. They need to learn contentment. They need to learn patience. It's not every time that it rains. It's not also every time that the sun comes down. They just need to learn to adapt. So I'm not interested in raising entitled children or children that feel like everyone must answer to them. That's a no for me. Another one is lack of consistency. Now, many parents start things and they are not consistent. So you set your rules. You're not consistent with your rules. I'm not going to do that. Because it's consistency that makes things happen. It's consistency that brings the result. It's not because you've introduced something. It's your ability to stay consistent in what you've introduced that makes it actually yield results. Another one is excessive control or over controlling. As a parent, it's not my responsibility or my duty to control every single thing every single aspect of my child's life. If I'm controlling everything, how are they going to learn to be independent? How are they going to learn to pick up problem solving skills? How are they going to learn to live in this world when I'm not here? I'm not controlling everything. My role is to guide, my role is to direct, not to control. So I'm not that parent that wants to control everything. There's so much already happening in my life that I'm controlling. Controlling children for me is a no-no. They need room to grow. They need room to make their own decisions, learn from their mistakes. Is all part of life. The final one is modeling negative behavior. Children learn a lot from parents. Children learn what they see, the attitudes that you're displaying. Now, you cannot be perfect. I know that. You cannot be perfect 100% of the time. You cannot always be on top of your behavior. But I've told myself that if my child is speaking bad behavior, it's not going to be from me. It's not going to be from me, because when I make mistakes, I'll own up to them and say, oh, I've made mistakes. This is not correct. This one, I'm not supposed to have done it. This is not how it should be done. Owning up to things like that help them see when I'm wrong, right? So they don't have to copy the behavior because I've done wrong. So I thought I should share for those of you who feel that this might align with your values. I hope it helps. Have a good day and thanks for watching.